This is going to be the first of our bar talks. We're going to be featuring a solution called ExperienceMIX, which we've been demonstrating here for the show so far. But we wanted to bring a panel, a diverse panel up here to kind of talk about what it is and the implications for this for the average person attending the conference. I'm Dan Erblin, I'm with Deloitte, and I've got a bunch of friends here that are going to help us here. First one is Andre Salazar, who's the Director of Partner Programs and Strategy at Adobe. Andre's a good buddy of ours. Michael Mallet is Solution Principal, Customer and Digital Experience at Medallia. Royston Seward is the partner at Deloitte, and he's the Adobe EMEA lead. And finally, to my left here, is Tim Gralick, who's Principal and Medallia Alliance Leader for Deloitte Consulting. So, let's kick this off a little bit here with setting the stage a little bit. Michael, I'm going to ask the first question you do. Can you tell us a bit about Medallia? Who's Medallia? Why are you at this conference? And what how's the conference been for you so far as this Adobe clientele?
Sure, Dan. The conference has been great. So, a quick thank you to you guys for having us and for Adobe putting on a great conference. So, for those of us who don't know Medallia, we are an experience management leader that helps brands understand and really act on the emotions of consumers and employees about the experiences we have with the brands. And emotions is the operative word there about how they think and feel about the experiences they have or wish they would have. And as we've all talked about, these are experiences that may be happening in physical or online channels, and they're happening at all sorts of times. And if it sounds like a lot of things to manage, it really is. So Medallia is here because we are a company that's been handling those sorts of problems since 2001, and we want to help organizations large and small, no matter where they want to get started on that journey. But the other reason why we're here, and I believe as part of this panel, I'm really excited to be here, is the importance of marketing and technology professionals as part of that mission. That audience is uniquely qualified to not only meet but actually exceed the expectations that especially digital audiences have on immediate experiences, extremely relevant and personalized experiences, and again, no matter where they're happening. So we're really excited to talk about the potential of ExperienceMIX and what that can do for marketing and technology. But not only that, imagine getting the insights from marketing and technology professionals flowing not only through Adobe, but through Medallia, and that's the beauty of ExperienceMIX.
That's great. That's great. Thank you, Michael. Andre, this one's for you. So tell us a bit about customer experience management. You know, this isn't the first year that's been the main theme, but help us kind of set the stage. Adobe's position on customer experience management and how important that is to the people attending this conference.
Sure. So thanks, Dan. This one's a bit of a softball question. I mean, let's be honest. I think customer experience management is really where Adobe has landed after evolving and growing our business. We're really excited now to be here and talk about, with the acquisition of Marketo and Magento, how we're adding shoppable experiences and also a really strong account-based marketing and B2B capability. But essentially, customer experience management, or CXM as we call it now, is really driving engagement and brands building loyalty and creating those experiences that drive loyalty with their customers.
Brilliant, thank you. Royston, I'm going to bring you in here. Can you explain a bit about what ExperienceMIX is and the kind of solutions, the kind of customer problems that it's meant to solve?
So ExperienceMIX, and I do urge you to go and have a look at the demonstrations. There are a number of industry examples of that. But this is about taking behavioral and segmentation data and adding emotional insight from real people in order to drive better engagement. And that better engagement can be used to either affect things like churn, very effective around churn management, very effective around upsell and cross-sell. There are some really, really smart things that we can also do around effectiveness of ad spend in helping us to suppress detractors and make sure that our ad spend is optimized in the right way as well. And the holy grail has been this 360-degree customer management view, and that is something that, by plugging together the Experience Cloud from Adobe and the Experience Cloud from Medallia, we are demonstrating. And I think data is so important to the marketeer, but also to customer service and also to sales, that bringing that together and adding that emotional insight allows us to do that, including doing lookalike modeling and being much, much better in our segmentation.
Excellent. Tim, as the head of our relationship with Medallia, can you give us some good examples of the kind of problems that are being solved? I mean, even if you have any perfect personal examples.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think to piggyback off of what Royston said a bit, right? It's all about how brands create this more connected, loyal customer, and right, and they're having to do this at a time when customers or expectations are changing greatly. We're connecting with them through so many different channels, right? So many digital channels, non-human interactions, right? And we just recently completed a study around what customers are looking for from a loyal interaction, right? And overwhelmingly, about 75% of those customers who were loyal customers said they're expecting a personalized two-way interaction, relationship with their brand, right? They want their brand to listen to them. They want their brand to hear them. They want their brand to adapt their offerings and conversations with them in a very personalized way. ExperienceMIX, combining Medallia and Adobe, allows you to take that contextual information, combine it with the customer data that we have, like Royston said, and really create a unique, personalized interaction that shows that you're having this two-way conversation. That's what drives loyalty, that's what drives emotion, that's what drives results.
Excellent. Michael, can you give us examples of some of the key industries that have really adopted the Medallia solution and where you see maybe ExperienceMIX is going to be a home run?
Sure. So we're seeing ExperienceMIX and the need for Medallia and Adobe across all the different verticals, whether it's in the hospitality segment, personalizing the stay that you're physically having at that moment in time, or personalizing the next stay that you may or may not have with that same location, right? Being here at the Venetian, we are here, they're going to know that. What is it like for me during this experience, and why should I come back? Right? But the other area that we talk about, not just from a consumer perspective in hospitality and retail, but even from a voice of the employee perspective. From an employee perspective, how important it is to arm them with the tools and services to actually deliver those consumer experiences. And I think that's what we're all called upon as technology solutions and partners for many of our clients, to make lives really easy for them, because I believe intrinsically everyone wants to create delightful experiences and wants to be really good at that. And the reason why I think that pays off and why people want to be part of that is because those are the brands that we're all talking about. Forrester's research says that if you're an elite brand, so a brand that's really good at doing what we're describing today, you are creating 22 positive experiences for every 2 negative, as compared to lowest performing brands that create 2 positive for every 1 negative. So you want to be an elite brand, you want to make life easy for employees to actually deliver these consumer experiences, because that's what gets that loyalty to actually happen and gets more people to be part of those experiences.
Yeah. I think that's really revealing, because we think about digital marketing as far as calling on a CMO, but helping to coach staff, and to coach the staff on how to do a better job is really just as revealing. Andre, back to you again, buddy. For somebody who's already got the Adobe Experience Cloud, how do you think this solution would kind of complement some investments they've already made, and why would they be interested in something like this as a bolt-on, for example?
Sure, I think it's really complementary for a lot of reasons, but when we look at actioning and creating brand loyalty, we always look at it in terms of different vectors, right? And so we used to have a phrase, getting the right experience to the right person at the right time. So location, for example, could be one of those. But the timing is also important. And one thing that's also extremely important that Medallia brings to the solution is that emotional quotient, or what we used to, years ago was really called sentiment. And we've all been there where, you run the speed check on your internet service provider and you figure out you're getting half the speed that you're paying for, and you pick up the phone in a hot fury and try to take it out on some poor CSM. And being able to capture that and bring that into the Experience Cloud, and perhaps bring that to the Experience Platform as a component in the data structure that drives that profile that can then be used to target that next best offer or build that model or create that segment, is really valuable. And so I view it as what we sometimes call a chocolate and peanut butter combination, where I think it's very very complementary in that respect.
Yeah, yeah. Michael, I'm just curious, some of the discussions you've had so far, all the Adobe clientele coming into your booth, what are some examples of discussions you've had?
Well, certainly. A lot of the times they're enterprises that already have Medallia Live or potentially Adobe Live and not a solution like Medallia. Okay. And they are saying, well, I have these use cases where I need to change the advertisements that I show specifically on a website. I need to compare and contrast the before and after. I maybe make a fix physically on that page or in a series of pages about what a consumer could potentially do. And a lot of the times the challenge is they're sitting on a gold mine of observed data, which Andre was talking about. Behaviors you performed or not performed, who you are from a profile perspective. But the missing link is, can we cut through the noise and start to understand your emotion or your sentiment? If we could ask you 1 or 2 questions right then and there during that interaction, that can be really valuable for those consumers and in terms of us being able to use that data. So actually Medallia has had its own research where we talk about it's about 53% of consumers actually want to be engaged with in real time, and 19% of them want to be engaged in the moment during the activity. So a lot of the times they don't want to have to wait to share how they think and feel because something may be going wrong or they just have an idea. And as long as we're there and always listening and can route that to people who can do something with it, that can unlock a lot of potential value for the business and for them.
Yeah, yeah. And Tim, obviously, you're one of the most knowledgeable guys on our team about Medallia. How's the Adobe conference been for you, and what are some things you've picked up about this joint message?
Yeah, no, it's been great. I mean, it's been great to see such people so committed to experience all being in one place, and I think to Michael's point, it's really a huge opportunity to take this untapped data of emotional data. I mean, I think we know that most organizations right now don't leverage this emotional data, and the fact that we can simply take 2 complementary technologies and place them together, right, to change it from just talking to our customers to listening and creating that true dialogue back and forth in context. I think the possibilities are kind of endless to create this new found personalized customer experience. It's great to see all these people in one group kind of championing around this idea. We just need to go out and execute against it as a group now. Yeah.
And Royston, just to wrap it up here, as the executive sponsor for this solution, what do you think we've learned in the past year since we kicked this off?
So I think when we started this, we had a team that was dealing with marketing related interactions, and we had a team that were dealing with customer service related interactions. And I think the big thing is that whole marketing, sales and service experience is no longer really relevant. Every experience and every channel needs to be able to actually have that appreciation. So if you receive a call, or if you're in a call center, you absolutely know how somebody feels as well as what products they've been looking at. And so actually elevating then that experience to the receiver of that interaction so much better. And we're sort of seeing that breakdown of marketing, sales and service is going to start having an implication on what I would say team structures, operating models, which is clearly great for us to help our clients on that journey.
Excellent. All right. Well, hey, thanks you guys. I hope this has been informative for everybody. This was the first of our bar talk. We're going to do a few more here. Our experts are over here in the back of the booth with the ExperienceMIX solution. So if you have some questions about it, please approach us and let us know what your questions might be, and we'll help you out.
Dan, sorry, just to say, the guys who built this, they are here.
Yeah.
So these are. This is real, and they built it, so I encourage you to go and talk to them.
Amen. If not this afternoon, tomorrow, we're here through the whole conference with our ExperienceMIX team. Okay, thanks everybody.